BJ Mafia, what's poppin'? Jags fans, I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Do not let that negative energy and let that negative mindset creep into the forefront of your mind. Yes, the Jaguars should be the 4 seed. Yes, the Jaguars should be hosting a playoff game right now at Everbank Stadium. And yes, we should all be at the slab right now, taking shots at Casa, having a good time, getting ready for this playoff matchup. But no, we're sitting on our asses just like a lot of other NFL fan bases, and we have to watch NFL Wildcard Weekend and wonder, what if? What if the Jaguars would have made it? Who knows? That's out the window. The Jaguars are making big moves, but you know what? We get to sit down in warm, sunny weather Florida. If you're watching in Florida, we don't have to worry about that snow in Kansas City or Buffalo, so there's some perspective for you guys. Even though this season was detrimental to my mental health and your mental health, there was still good moments this season, and we are going to be talking about that here today. I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to do something a little bit different. My top 10 plays of the season for the Jaguars. I'm going to list off an honorable mention. I'm going to go from 10 to 1 and talk about my favorite plays and the best plays from the Jaguars in 2023. Let's start off with the honorable mention. Zay Jones, right pylon touchdown in week 1 at Indianapolis to kick off this season. Trevor Lawrence put that ball on an absolute rope for Zay Jones. He kept his concentration and he was able to make an incredible play on that ball, keeping his feet and his body in bounds. That was one of the most spectacular catches and throws of the entirety of the season. And it sucks that Zay Jones got banged up for a majority of the season. What a hell of a play by Zay Jones. Now let's get into number 10 for the Jaguars. Foye Oluokun in the Big Easy, getting a pick 6. We practice this all the time. We preach it all the time. The tip drill. It is going to come in handy. Darius Williams gets a huge tip across the middle of the field. Foye Oluokun grabs the ball, returns it to the house, and the Jaguars steamroll past the New Orleans Saints. Well, actually, they came back in the game. But hell of a play by one of the best and most underrated linebackers in the game of football. How the hell is Foye Oluokun not an All-Pro? What an incredible play by Foye Oluokun, getting his first pick 6 of his career. Now let's get into my number 9 play of the season. Travis Etienne, 56-yard touchdown to the house over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Our home away from home, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Jacksonville went in there and took care of business versus an AFC team that is actually in the postseason right now, and the Jaguars are looking from the outside looking in. Trevor Lawrence put that ball on an absolute rope yet again, and Travis Etienne does the rest, gets the ball, and takes it all to the way to the house. That's exactly where the Jaguar season went downhill after that game, unfortunately. Now getting into number 8, Travis Etienne. He's going to show up a lot on this list because he's that dynamic, that special of a playmaker. 62-yard run to the house in week 17 over the Carolina Panthers. CJ Beathard with the nice toss play out to the right. Travis Etienne has some blockers ahead of him, and his speed, his dynamic ability, and his home run hit ability is on full display. He takes it all the way to the house. Travis Etienne, one of the best running backs in the game of football, put together a great 2023 season despite being behind one of the worst offensive lines in all of football. Now, number 7 might come as a surprise to many of you, but give me Calvin Ridley getting the game-sealing catch over the Buffalo Bills in London. Trevor Lawrence identifies Micah Hyde, a safety, on Calvin Ridley in the slot. You let one of your top premier playmakers go out there and make a play. You trust him and you put him in that situation to make that audible. Trevor Lawrence throws a beautiful pass over the top to get Calvin Ridley in a position to where only he can catch that ball, and Ridley does the rest. What an incredible play from Calvin and Trevor at the line of scrimmage to go ahead and make that play to seal their win in London over the Buffalo Bills. Now coming in at number 6, we're going to stick with the play across the field. Give me Darius Williams, pick 6 to the house over the Atlanta Falcons. Darius Williams gets his first interception as a Jaguar in his second season, and Darius Williams jumps the route on Drake London. Desmond Ridder makes a bad throw. Darius Williams takes it all the way to the house, and he does a hell of a job there. They have the Andy's Coming celebration for the Toy Story game, and Darius Williams, who not only put together a great game in that performance, he had himself one hell of a season for the Jaguars this past season. The hometown kid, hell of a play getting that pick 6 versus the Falcons. Now coming in at number 5, I wanted to bump this one up a little bit higher on the list. You guys might disagree with me. Give me Josh Allen breaking the single season sack record for the Jaguars on Bryce Young, a performance in which he had 3 sacks that game Josh Allen had wreaked havoc all season long. He finished with 17.5 sacks. This man was robbed of an NFL All-Pro first or second team. This is one of the best and most premier edge rushers in the game of football, and he put together a hell of a performance in front of our fans in Week 17, and it was an honor that he got to break Calais Campbell's single-season sack record at Everbank Stadium in front of our own fans. Well deserved. Now coming in at number 4, this one hits a little bit too close to home. Calvin Ridley's huge touchdown in Week 18 over the Tennessee Titans. We were looking for those big explosive plays all season long from the Jaguars, from Trevor Lawrence to Calvin Ridley specifically, and it finally hit in Week 18 when we hit Calvin Ridley all the way down the field. Did not break stride. Trevor Lawrence steps up in the pocket and delivers a beautiful ball to put the Jaguars up, I believe, 14-10 in Week 18. And yes, it did not come in a winning effort, but those are the kind of plays that you want to see from your wide receiver one, from your quarterback one, and it is exactly what we've been wanting to see from Press Taylor all season long. Open up the playbook and let's take the shots down the field and make this offense a little bit more vertical. I'm tired of the horizontal offense. Calvin Ridley, Trevor Lawrence, hell of a play. Now coming in at number 3, give me Christian Kirk's game-winning slant across the middle over the New Orleans Saints, and it sealed the victory for the Jaguars on the road. The Jaguars played phenomenal football in the month of October, going 5-0 and getting that win in the Big Easy, with Trevor Lawrence being a little bit hobbled that game with that knee injury. And for Christian Kirk to go across the middle, race towards the end zone, and get the game-winning touchdown, that meant the world for that team and for the morale of that team, and including this fan base. Hell of a play by Christian Kirk. That was one of the most underrated plays of this season. Now coming in at number 2, give me Jamal Agnew's touchdown versus the Baltimore Ravens. Trevor Lawrence did a great job identifying the mismatch in the secondary. There was some miscommunication going on there. It looked like Jamal Agnew ran that wheel route, went up the sideline, made an incredible play on the ball, and afterwards, he did the rest with the yak yards, creating a juke on the defender, getting to the end zone. Jamal Agnew is a dynamic playmaker for this offense. I hope and I pray we can re-sign this guy. That was an incredible play by the Jaguars. And Trevor Lawrence threw that ball with precision and perfect timing on that route to Jamal Agnew, and obviously Agnew did the rest. And look, man, I love Jamal Agnew. Me and all my homies, we love Jamal Agnew. Let's get this man back in Jacksonville. Trent Baalke, I'm begging, please re-sign Jamal Agnew. Now getting into my number 1 play of the year. I feel like this play does not get talked about enough. This was the most incredible play by the Jaguars all season long. Give me Parker Washington's touchdown in the back of the end zone over the Cincinnati Bengals. A late round steal by Trent Baalke, a rare Trent Baalke hit in the draft in the late round, and Parker Washington makes an incredible concentration catch in the back of the end zone. It is bobbled. It was not a great pass, but Parker Washington finds a way to secure that ball, keep his feet in bounds, and get that touchdown. That was huge for the Jaguars in that moment versus the Cincinnati Bengals, even though we lost that game on Monday Night Football. What a hell of a play that was by Parker Washington. This man is looking like a steal in the late round for the Jaguars. That is my favorite play, and I think the best play by the Jaguars in 2023. Jags fans, if I left out your favorite top 10 play, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And what do you guys make of my list? Something that I wanted to do just for fun. And if you guys also have any other video ideas now that it's officially the off season for the Jaguars, please let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Once we hire a defensive coordinator, I will actually go ahead and do a full in-depth breakdown of that video. And Jags fans, before I let you guys get up out of here, please go ahead, drop me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell to stay tuned for more Jaguars content that I do here on YouTube. And make sure you guys also go ahead and follow me on my socials, especially on Twitter. I'm very active and I'm on there every single day. The link tree will be in the description down below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But thanks again for sticking around throughout the whole video. Brett James, aka BJ, I'm out, y'all. And like always, let's go Jags.